Before we can start to set up a game of Block Ball, each coach first needs to pick their own team. The first decision he has to make is which team to play with. Now the original 3rd edition, including the Dead Zone supplement, came with 12 teams on the list. Over the years many teams have been added and they have all been included in the aforementioned Block Ball competition rules. For now I'll just show you to pick a team using the 3rd edition lists. Once the players have decided what team they want to play with, they can now fill their team rosters with new players. The roster I have here is from the Dead Zone expansion. It also has some stats for league play, so I won't be using the entire sheet. The part here to the right lists the star player points players have earned, and that's basically a sort of experience point system. But I won't be going on about that in this tutorial. The part I am going to focus on is this roster on the left. It states the player's name, their position in the team, their movement allowance, strength, agility, armor value, and whether they have certain skills or not. In order to purchase a new team, each coach receives 1 million gold pieces. There are however some restrictions to purchasing players. The first one is the minimum number of players you can field. Each new team always has to have at least 11 players. There's also a maximum, which is stated on team roster, it's 16. Team roster doesn't go beyond. So your initial team will always field between 11 and 16 players. Now I would advise you to take at least 12 or 13 players however, so you'll always have substitutes for injured players. Now to purchase the players you take a look at the team list you have selected. Say for instance I would have chosen the Undead list. The Undead list has 5 different types of players, namely the skeletons, zombies, ghouls, wights and mummies. They also list the minimum and maximum number of players you can field of that type. So for instance an Undead team can have up to 12 skeletons, but only up to 8 zombies, or up to 4 ghouls, up to 2 wights and up to 2 mummies. Now to purchase a player you just subtract the gold cost from your current total. Remember you start with 1 million. So a skeleton for instance would cost me 30,000. After you've purchased the player you list him on the team sheet. The first column, like I said, was the player's name. Say for instance I would name the skeleton Spiky. I would then name his position skeleton. I would give him a movement allowance of 5, a strength of 3, an agility of 2, an armor value of 7, and under skills I would note he has got the regeneration skill. After you've purchased the desired number of players there are several things you can spend your remaining gold on. The first of those are on rerolls. Rerolls can be used during the course of the game when you have a failed die roll to try again. Each team list has a different value for rerolls. Say for instance the aforementioned Undeads who have a reroll value of 70,000 gold pieces per reroll, and the Chaos Dwarfs only have to purchase them for 50,000 gold per reroll. You note the number of the desired rerolls on your roster over here and the value of each single reroll over here, which makes a total cost, which you can list over here. Say for instance I would purchase 2 Undead rerolls for 70,000 each. I would list 2 over here, 70,000 over here. And in the final column the total cost 150,000. The second thing you can purchase with your remaining gold is more points in Fan Factor. Each team starts out with a Fan Factor of 0. But for 10,000 gold you can purchase up to 9 points of Fan Factor when you create your team. The Fan Factor is mostly used in the kickoff table where it influences some results, and also it's used in league matches to see how many visitors come to a match and how much income you will generate at the end of the match. You can list the number of Fan Factor over here. So say for instance I would purchase a Fan Factor of 5, I would list 5 over here, times 10,000 for the cost would cost a total of 50,000 gold pieces. On the roster below Fan Factor you can see the remaining things you can buy with your remaining gold. First are the assistant coaches, each costing 10,000 gold pieces and adding a certain result to the brilliant coaching result on the kickoff table. The same goes for cheerleaders, who add the same bonus to the cheering fans result on the kickoff table, also costing 10,000 gold pieces per cheerleader. Below that you can see the apothecary, which can be bought by any team except an undead team. The apothecary will try to heal an injury once during the match. And further down you can see the team wizards. Each team can field one wizard, I believe also except the undead team, who have a necromancer as a standard wizard, and that he can use certain magical effects during the game. And once you've purchased your entire team of players and your extras, you're ready to set up a game of Blood Bowl.